Alright guys, I'm gonna start the plum jam, but I'm gonna give you a little backstory first. I've made plum jam one other time, and the taste turned out good, but the little chunks of plum that I cut up and cooked, like you would do for any other raspberry or whatever kind of jam, got hard. So you'd be eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich or something, take a bite, and there'd be a hard, basically dehydrated chunk of plum in there, which I couldn't figure out why that happened. So I talked to my grandmother, who makes the best plum and wild plum jam around, and she said she cooks the heck out of them. She said, try cook the heck out of them. So I'm gonna put them in a pot with some water. I'm just gonna boil them. She said then she takes and puts them in I'll call it a sieve. I don't know what else to call it, but I think it's like a cone shape, like a colander with holes in it, and then she just grinds them to a pulp, and all the fines come out. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll see how it turns out. If this batch doesn't turn out, I'm actually going to go to Grandma's house and have her teach me hands-on, because I don't know what else to do. So let's get started. Okay, there's a couple left on the tree, but I'm not going to get a ladder out and go get them. They're up high. For plums, if you give a branch a shake, the ripe ones will just fall off. When you go up to pick a plum, if it's ready to be picked, you literally just touch it and they come off the stem. If you've got to really kind of pull, and they're not ready. So I shook the tree a bit. 2 of them stayed up there. That means they're not ripe, and I'm not going to worry about getting them. This is what we ended up with plums for this year. I'll show you quick. Okay, I'm going to start with just a strainer. I'm going to wash them off quick. I'm going to get the water running. I'm just going to pour them in. Now, if you guys have watched, you know that I'm not worried about chemicals, because we don't use chemicals on our fruit trees. So. Alright, I got 8 cups in there, and that should be enough, I would think. If not, I can add more, like I said, or cook it down to reduce it. I think I'm going to bring that up to a bit of a boil, and then I will add the plums. Okay, for the heck of it here, I think I'm just going to weigh the plums to see how much I have in total weight. £6, 5.4 ounces is what I have in total weight. Okay, as you can see, it's up to a boil, so I'm just going to start putting these in. So the idea here is when I'm done, I'm going to end up with enough liquid to use just the, like Certo. I can measure out the amount I need and add my sugar and gelatin, and or Certo gel, or whatever it's called. Make jam out of it. Alright.
I think that's probably good enough. I think as they cook, they'll break up and they'll be totally covered. I think for now that's good. We're going to bring that up to a good boil, and then I'm just going to turn it down to a simmer. But I actually have a little something else I want to show you. So I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the cherry wine. This is the closet I keep it in. And you can see, hopefully, the bubbling. I'll show you. Right here. The water's pushed this way, so it's slowly venting. There you go, it just bubbled. And it's slowly moving. There's enough pressure building up and it's going through. So that's the cherry wine, and we'll do more on that later when I have to take it out of there. But just thought I'd show you the progress on that in case you watched that video too. Okay, you can see it's boiling pretty good. And the peels are already coming off. I can already tell a difference between this batch and the only other batch I've ever made. This actually has the right color. I would imagine that's from the peels. My other one was more of that color, more of a yellowish orange color, or yellow is probably a better description, but I think this is the color we're going for. So it's already looking better. And it smells incredible. So I'm just going to stir it up a bit. Like I said, I don't care if they fall apart in here. It's actually what I want them to do. Now I'm just going to reduce the heat. Kind of let that cook away for a while. I'm going to leave the lid off so it evaporates and reduces down. Actually, maybe I'll leave the lid on. I can reduce it down later. Like I've said before, I tend to get sidetracked doing other things, and if I take the lid off and it dries out, it might burn while I'm doing something else. This way at least it'll hold moisture longer. Oh, that smells good. It's probably been simmering here for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And I think that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to strain that. It's already clogging up, which I guess I should have figured would happen. You kind of get the idea what I'm going for here, right? I mean, at the very least, we're going to end up with the juice out of that. I can save this and run it through and press it through later. Put this in the other bowl. good here. I'm just going to let that sit and slowly drain through. I might have to stir it occasionally. But I think in the long run, we're going to end up with exactly what we wanted. Okay, you can see this is all drained out. It's kind of pretty much goop. More than enough juice there for a few batches of jam. I could make plum syrup. I could make plum jam. I'm going to put all this in containers and put it in the freezer, and I'll pull it back out when I go to can or make jam or plum syrup. So I'll bring you back for another video on that. But I think we're going to end this one here and call that a success. That is outstanding. Thanks for watching, guys.